All right, and elsewhere in the NFL, Darius Slay gets paid. Tell us about that deal.
Yeah, Slay, one of the up-and-coming corners in the game, got a 4-year extension with the Detroit Lions, I'm told, worth $48 million added space, $23.1 million, fully guaranteed. His deal was not up, and he's a little bit of an under-the-radar player, but this is the way that the Lions are operating under new general manager Bob Quinn. You take a guy like Darius Slay, for instance, who's ready to blow up, ready to have a huge year, they believe, and you sign an extension that makes sense for him, but maybe limits on the back end the kind of money that the team would have to pay if he became a free agent.
All right, from an up-and-comer to a guy that's been one of the best receivers over the past 10 years in the NFL, looks like Andre Johnson has found a new home, maybe now in the twilight of his career. Tell us where he is now.
He is with the Tennessee Titans now, signing a 2-year deal earlier today, and it seems that Andre Johnson is just making his way around the AFC South, trying potentially to hit all of the teams before he finally waits 5 years and then heads into Canton. But this is a player, who knows how much he has left. Last year with the Colts, obviously did not show a lot, didn't work out. But the Titans have a young, up-and-coming receiver core, guys like Justin Hunter, Dorial Green-Beckham. I have to think, just based on the people I'm talking with, that some of his signing is just to get some of those guys the ability to see what a true, respected veteran looks like in practice. Maybe some of him will rub off on some of them.
All right, Ian Rappaport with the latest. Thanks so much. News around the league.
All right, let's go.
So to come on Inside Training Camp Live, we go back out to Oxnard, California. How about them Cowboys? What's up with number 88, Des Bryant, Tony Romo? Will they be healthy and ready to go? We'll have the latest from Omar Ruiz. And Derek Carr getting ready to take it to the next level in Oakland. He catches up with our Steve Mariucci tonight on ITC Primetime, but we're going to check in with the Mooch first, coming up.
Last season, Terrell Austin's defense once again displayed its ability to disrupt offenses and attack opposing quarterbacks as they finished tied for 7th in the league with 43 sacks.
That's a big-time defensive play for the Lions. And the Lions stand tall. How big is that? And now. This could be the big play they need. That is a takeaway for the Lions. Oh, baby, that defensive front applying the pressure.
Keep getting to the ball. Whatever it takes, get to the damn ball.
The defensive line finished 3rd in the NFL with 82 tackles for loss or no gain.
They don't come much bigger than that one.
One more quarter, all you got, man. One more quarter, all you got. Leave it on the field.
With talent and skill at every level, including the return of linebacker DeAndre Levy and continued improvement of cornerback Darius Slay, Detroit's defense is ready to excel in 2016.
What's going on, people? It's another edition of the Ace Taker Rants, and we're gonna talk about, some shit here today. Darius Slay, obviously the biggest news of the day. Darius Slay signing his deal, 4 years, got that kind of shit. The way I look at that deal, got that shit out of the way. That was one of the biggest question marks heading into the next 2 years. Locking this dude down. It is so rare to find lockdown cornerbacks like Slay, man. So now that we got him locked down, that's a really good deal for the Lions that to have a lockdown corner. The next move, Ziggy Ansah and Stafford. We'll probably take care of them boys after this season. Gotta get them 2 boys locked down because, like I said, we got a lot of other dudes we got signed too. We got the Devin Taylors on the teams and other younger dudes. Abdullah probably coming up. Ebron. Gonna be a lot of dudes that we got locked down, man. Tate, I believe he gonna come back up again. I forgot how long his contract is when he first came here. Was it only 4 years? I forgot, but like the 2 that we got to focus on after Slay was Ziggy and Stafford. But man, nailing down Slay, man, at this point is a really good decision. You could tell Bob Quinn's Man, he is so different from the other Lions GMs. It's so ridiculous, man. I mean, this dude do not work like the other ones do, because I guarantee you, Slay would not be resigned right now if Mayhew was still in charge or some shit like that, man. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. That's why I see this as a really good move right now, because you want to get this one out of the way, man. Because one of the dangerous things about letting Slay go through a process of where he proven himself. Let's say Slay had another big year this year. You know what I'm saying? Continues to get better and better as a corner, and he's without a contract. So that means he goes into free agency. Now he's looking to put himself on the market. Now he like, I'm not really tied to the Lions no more. You know what I'm saying? His agent is Drew Rosenhaus. He gonna probably be like, hey, shit, let me put myself on the market and see where my value is with the other teams. And that's how the Panthers lost Josh Norman, honestly. We ain't got to worry about the franchise tag with this nigga. We could save it for Anza or another player down the road. We ain't got to worry about that shit. Now we ain't got to worry about losing. Because I'm telling you right now, we would have lost Slay, man. I'm not sure about what his defense is, man. I'm not sure, man. The only thing you could really hang your hat on is Anza after that, if you lost Slay. So the two untouchables on this defense is Anza and Slay, man. You cannot lose those two pillars of the defense. We got Levy locked down. I'm going to get to Levy in a moment, because there was something that came up with him today that I'm not particularly liking, but I'm not surprised about it, because I actually warned y'all in some of my past videos about the Levy injury. Now, back to Slay, though, because I'm going to talk about the secondary in this video. You know, I told you I was going to talk about all the cores of the team. Might as well go through the secondary while, you know, this is the first defensive one I'm talking about. And I might as well talk about the secondary today, because I got some thoughts, man. Especially after Man Beast's video came out today about his 7 duds. There's a guy on that. There's 2 dudes that I want to talk about that he went over in there. it got me motivated to talk about them 2 dudes, because I feel the same way about both dudes. But with Slay, back to Slay, though. You won't want a guy like that to put himself on the market. You're going to lose him. I don't care what type of year the Lions would have had this year. You was going to lose Slay if you didn't re-sign him this year. So you don't want to get into that messy shit where you start trying to franchise tag niggas and shit. I just wasn't about that. And when you look at this contract that he signed, we got this nigga at a discount. I was like, that's all he signed for when I saw that shit. I was like, 50.2. And his guarantee money ain't even as high as I thought it would be. I was like, 50.2. This nigga is worth like in 70 or 80, man. I'm like, damn, we got his ass on the fucking discount hard as fuck. I'm like, shh. Not that I'm complaining, because it's going to save some cap room down the line. But I'm you know, the one thing I'm wondering with Slade, is he comfortable here? Is that the reason why he signed? Do he like what's going on here in Detroit? Is he comfortable with Bob Quinn's vision? It's something. I think he did some of this for the team now. You know, not just the money, because that's really a discount. You know what I'm saying? That is a discount deal for the Lions. We got 2 steals this week, man. We got Bolden, and we got Darius Slay on the fucking cheap. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other teams would have to pay around $75 to $80 for fucking Slade services, man. For real. Under a 4-year deal, this all we paying this nigga. And we're going to get this dude in the prime years of his career, which is amazing about this deal, man. You know what I'm saying? I think we got him through the 2020 season. So the rest of this decade, we got him. And then he'll be a free agent, I believe, when he turned 30. You know, so we got this nigga nailed down in the prime of his career. So, you know, Slade, he does his thing, man. He's a shutdown corner. Now, he had a slow start last year. Let's not act like he didn't have a slow start last year. He had a slow start. Yeah, he was getting burnt by niggas last year. I don't know what's going on with him. I heard he had like some little injury, slowed him down a little bit, but he got his speed back. Obviously, one of the biggest problems that people have with Slay is like his football ability, his inability to put his hands on the football. Well, I'll say this in return, you know. I do want to see more interceptions out of him, but that don't make a corner in his league. I'm sorry, it doesn't. There's a few other phases to making a corner. First of all, if you want to shut down a corner, you're not worried about only interceptions, okay? You're worried about a nigga that can deflect the ball, cover his man. Number one, cover his goddamn man. You know, keeping up with his goddamn man and locking his ass down. That's what the fuck you want. You ain't worried about the nigga catch the ball now. Because interceptions, although interceptions are huge, I'm not trying to act like interceptions aren't huge. They're turnovers. So, but they only account for, 5 to 10 plays out of a year? Let's just say Darius Slay averages anywhere from 4 to 7 interceptions a year or some shit like that. That's only 4 or 7 plays. This guy has, I don't know how many snaps he faces in the season. I haven't looked at those stats, but I guarantee you it's in the thousands somewhere how many snaps he takes a year. And this nigga ain't going to get an interception on every fucking snap he has. So he's got to impact the game other ways. That means covering this guy, keeping up with him with his speed. Number 2, deflecting the ball, which I think is more important than catching the ball at times. Being able to just put a hand on the ball and knocking it down. And number 3, tackling. Got to know how to fucking tackle, man. You know what I'm saying? So Slay can work on the intercept. I mean, it's not a big deal, but you know, it is something that he need to work at. But I'm not fully concentrated on that. I just want Slay to continue to improve on his game and do things like that, because he's honestly he's one of the top 5 corners in the league. I think he's one of the top 5 corners in the league right fucking now. We got him on our team. And we lucky to have him on our team. He's the second best defensive player on this team after Anson, man. If Levy never got hurt last year, I'd say he'd probably be number 3. But right now, he's number 2. And let me go over Levy while I thought about him right now, because there's a chance that if I forget to bring up Levy's name that you know, I will forget. But this video is focused on secondary, but let me talk about Levy real quick. Now, some people are a little bit worried because Levy is on that active non-football injury list. And some people are a little bit surprised out there that, you know, he's coming in. You know, everybody thought he was going to be fresh because he came off the ACL injury. What did I tell you in a few videos ago? I'm not sure exactly what video I said this in, but I might have said just 1 or 2 times. The ACL, the injury he had with the hit, you know, that fucking injury is a 1.5 year injury. It has not been a 1.5 years yet, dog. The 1.5 year mark is actually after this season. So to me, Levy was not going to be 100% until next season. That's how I've always thought about his injury. I said if he came back anytime sooner than that, we'd be lucky for it. Because that type of injury, man, you're going to be out about 2 seasons, man. Let's just be real here. But the good thing I think about his injury, at least this season, is that we're going to see him on the field a lot more than last season. It's not going to be like last season where he's going to need to get the surgery or some shit. He's going to be out the whole... No, it's not going to be like that. But I think he's going to be limited. So this is why it's very important for the biggest wild. And I'm going to make a full video on this motherfucker, Kyle Vanoy. I'm going to make a full video on Kyle Vanoy, probably after the first preseason game. All right? Sometime after the first, because I want to see him on the field first this season. I don't want to talk about him before I really see him in a game situation. Because I want to know where he at year to year. I might even wait until the second game. I'm not sure when I'm doing that video, but it will be before the new season starts. But I'm doing a whole video on fucking Kyle Vanoy. Because to me, it's a making or breaking season for Kyle Vanoy. And he's probably the most important Lion that doesn't have a starting job on this roster right now. He is the most important Lion on this team that doesn't have a spot right now. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to go over it further in that video, but this nigga is such a wild card that I've told y'all in the past. The reason why he's got so much hype is because if he never got fucking hurt in 2014, his rookie season, he would have been very good. I think he would have been very good right now. We wouldn't even be questioning this nigga. That injury held him back so much that he's when you're a rookie, man, and you lose time in your rookie season, which is so valuable, you pick up the game a lot slower than you would if you came out of the gates, that first season started. Like he's so behind the rest of the roster right now that guys like Tahir Whitehead and Josh Barnes ended up passing his ass up last season. And even that nigga Lewis, that's with the Vikings now. That nigga Lewis last year, he passed him up too. Because this nigga is so far behind his injury. A lot of things have held this nigga back. I'm not sure if he know the playbook yet. Sometimes he look like he out of position, but I've seen good things out of him also. So I'm not giving up on this kid just yet. But Calvin Noy to me, he's got to really prove like he out of all the Lions, man, he's got to step his game up, man. I'm not sure if he's still there right now this season, but he's the most important Lion that doesn't have a starting job to himself this year, man. He really is. But that's Calvin Noy. We'll talk further about that in a future video. But let me go over the rest of the secondary, because there's a guy in the secondary that, to me, is a huge wild card, man, that nobody's talking about. But if you watch Man Beast's 7 Dub video, you will know who I'm talking about. And that is Alex Carter. Now, just like Calvin Noy, he got hurt in his rookie season. With Alex Carter, I'm not sure where he's at. Will he end up like Calvin Noy because he got injured his rookie season? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure where he's at on the team's depth chart. But he's projected to make the team, though. I've seen some projections out there. On various sites, they got projections of who they think will make the 53-man roster. And he's in there, but a lot of them don't got him starting right now. So many people, I agree with Man Beast on this too much, man. Too many people are really high on Nevin Lawson. I'm not seeing it because that nigga does hold a lot. He undersized to me. Although that's not a big deal, but to me, I'm not comfortable with an undersized corner at this point because of the division that he plays in. He playing some big ass motherfuckers in this division, man. Fucking Treadwell. Stephon Diggs ain't really that big, but he got some size on at least on Nevin Lawson he do. The two Sky Towers and Alshon Jeffrey and Kevin White coming back this season. Then you got Jordy Nelson and shit in Green Bay. You got some big ass motherfuckers to cover, man. I like Quandre Diggs a lot more than Nevin Lawson. That's where I'm at right now with them two dudes. I like Quandre Diggs a lot more, but I'm actually more higher on Alex Carter over the both of them niggas. I like Alex Carter. Ever since they drafted him, I said this is the smartest move that. This is one of the smartest moves that Mayhew will ever make behind drafting DeAndre Levy. Not DeAndre Levy, Azeez Ansah. Because to me, Alex Carter is a smart corner, man. Really smart corner, comes from Stanford. Y'all know how they play football at Stanford. It's like a pro-ready system over there. And this dude, like I said, if he didn't get hurt to start the season last year, which was unfortunate for our team, I believe this is the corner that everybody's been trying to figure out who's gonna play opposite of Slay. I think that this is the dude. This is the dude. The only reason why Nevin Lawson and Quandre Diggs even got the opportunities is because that nigga got hurt. So it's gonna be a fierce battle at the corner position between the three, man. I think that to me, if out of the gate this season, it depends on how Alex Carter really looking. I probably won't start him right away, even though I want to. I will go with Quandre Diggs, honestly, to start the season. Because I think Nevin Lawson need to be like a nickel or dime. I will start Alex Carter as a nickel dime, let him get used to the speed of the game, because I think he needs a full season before we really put him out there. It's a little different. Like I said, when you come out of an injury like that, like he had, where he was out half the fucking season or 3/4 of the season, man, we got to be patient with you, man. We just can't throw you out there, man. So I think eventually that's Alex Carter's spot. I'm asking Nevin Lawson and Quandre Diggs to prove me wrong. But I think that's Alex Carter's slot, man. I think that's Alex, because I like Alex Carter, man. And I believe he should be the second starting corner. I've been saying that. Out of the draft picks last year outside of Abdullah, he was my second favorite draft pick last season, man. So it hurt it to not see him on the field, but I believe that's the guy. Now, the other dudes that are trying to make the team, I'm hearing is Batamusi and Darren Walls. Let's see what happens. I think Terrell Austin probably wants as many corners as possible this season because of the uncertainty. I mean, because we carried a lot of corners last season. The only one that I'm surprised that they got crossed out on here is Creston Butler. I thought Creston Butler would make the team over Darren Walls, but I guess not. You know, I liked what I saw of Creston Butler being, he kind of came out of nowhere last year. I like what I saw of him being like, not like a top 4 corner on this team, but just being like number 5, 6, come in when we need him or whatever. So we'll see what happens there. These other niggas, Keith Lewis, Darius Barnes, and Ian Wells and Charles Waller, they ain't gonna be shit. Y'all know one corner that I was decent of, man, that before he got into trouble with the law and shit, is and I think I saw him in the Canadian Football League a few weeks ago, was because sometimes when I get a chance I try to watch the Canadian Football League, try to see some of the players that's on, because some of them be coming to the NFL, in the future and shit, so I try to get to know them through that. But that was Aaron Berry. Aaron Berry was a decent ass corner. He wasn't like awesome or anything, but if we had him on this team before he started getting into the dumb shit, getting into trouble off the field and shit, and getting locked up and all this dumb shit he was doing, where would he rank in this group? I don't think he's better than Alex Carter, but he'll give Nevin Lawson and Quandre Diggs a run for their money though. On some real tip. He's one of the dudes, him and Titus Young, man. Oh, that 2012 Lions team gave me a fucking headache. The dudes that came from that team, 2011, 2012, man, because there were some dudes with some promise on those teams, man. Man, dog, man, it just takes me down a memory lane with these niggas. Aaron Berry and fucking Aaron Berry and fucking Titus Young, man. Titus Young, crazy ass. Man. Fuck, man. But what do I think of these corners? We'll see. They stepped up in the second half last year. I think they played over their stance last year. But honestly, man, do we need to draft a corner or address this in free agency next year? Yes, we do. I'm still not that comfortable with this corner core right now. Behind Slate, guys got to really show me on the football field. That's where I'm at with all of these niggas. Even Alex Carter, who I'm high on, I need to see him on the football field this season. I need to see him because I'm not that high on him right now, man. I don't trust none of them outside of Slate. I really don't. So, but at least we got these guys. I mean, a lot of teams don't even have this kind of corner group that we got right now. So let's just be lucky that we even got these guys. Now, the strength of our secondary, I believe, are going to be our safeties, because I think that this is a solid group of safeties. Obviously, Glover Quinn's leading this group, and Glover Quinn is probably the most unappreciated motherfucker on our entire team. Be honest with you, I think Glover Quinn is so overlooked in the national spirit of league. Like I'm like when I read the national people thoughts when it comes to fucking Glover Quinn, I'm just like, do you even pay attention to what this nigga does on the field? Do you even know what he does on the fucking field? Okay, because I'm getting so fucking tired of motherfuckers not recognizing what this nigga does. He is a game changer, man. When he's back there, so many goddamn he started with the Texans, so y'all know I like Texans. I've been paying attention to him ever since. He stepped this game up so much in the last couple of years here in Detroit, man. It's so fucking ridiculous how good Glover Quinn has been here in Detroit. I think how many interceptions this nigga got, man, over the last 2? Let me look this up for y'all real quick, man. Let me see how many interceptions he got over the last 2 seasons, man, because it's a lot, dog. It's a lot. Because I know he was leading the league one year. Let me see how many he got. Since he's been with the Lions, 2013, 14 interceptions. 14 in 3 years. For a safety. He playing like he a goddamn corner. I mean, this dude could do it all. He only 30. He not that old still. Good leader on this team, man. His I'm looking at his what he was doing with the Texans since 2009 and what he's been doing with the Lions since now. He's been getting way better in almost every area. Tackles are about the same, consistent throughout his career. Pass deflections too. So it's been he's had a really consistent career. Not a Hall of Fame career, but just under the Hall of Fame in my opinion, because a lot like he could hook these stats up with a lot of niggas in the Hall, man. He really could. But in my opinion, man, this nigga really should have been a lot more recognized, a lot more just in my opinion, a lot more fucking just respected. Like, if I was to put 2 dudes or 3 dudes from this defensive group in that top 100, because there was another list that came out recently, and Ziggy Ansah was the only one in there, so they only giving respect to Ziggy Ansah. I don't get it. Glover Quinn, Darius Slay, and Ansah should all be in the top 100 somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It baffles me how overlooked Glover Quinn is, man. It baffles me, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. Motherfuckers play that popularity contest way too much, man. But yeah, this is a nice group of safeties, man. And you have Raphael Bush, who comes over on the Saints. Tavin Wilson, pretty decent. Not like he's not no starter though, but he's decent. But the dude that you all know I'm high on is Miles Killebrew. And I'm telling you, man, he could give Raphael Bush a run for his money at that starting out at strong safety on day one. We'll see, like Raphael Bush, man. If Raphael Bush wins this job, that means he did a lot to win this job. If he had to win it over Killebrew, man, because Killebrew, he could get it, man. This guy he's a franchise safety, man. He really is. He's a franchise fucking safety. You know, the only concerns he got about him is the same concerns he got with Slade, kind of just little fundamentals with the football and shit like that. Just needs to be a lot, because he's really green, and he like a project player almost, like Ziggy was. But Terrell Austin going to make that his special project, and he's going to coach that boy up. I believe he's going to coach that boy up and turn him into a solid pro. Going to be a solid pro. He's a smart kid too, man. I told y'all in the other video how he really wants to be a coach one day. That's a good sign for me, man, that this guy wants to be a coach one day. So he can start, but like I told y'all before, man, I'm fine with Miles Killebrew. Miles Killebrew being behind Raphael Bush to start out the season. Like if they go with Raphael Bush does his thing. Hey, I just want the right man to win the job. That's my stance on it. It's nothing where I'm like, man, he's got to win it or anything like that. It is what it is. And then back to Tavin Wilson. This guy came for the Patriots, man, a Super Bowl team. Played like 4 years over there in New England, man. He was a second-round pick. People forget Wilson was a second-round pick, dog. He's a second-round pick, so he's got the talent to actually probably be. He only 26. He actually could be, in my opinion, someone like a steal. You know, obviously Bob Quinn knows this dude coming over from the Patriots. You see that Bob Quinn has already picked up a lot of dudes from the Patriots. And he could just be someone who, you know, he could do some things. He's got some interceptions in his career, man. Is he a starter? That's my only question about him. Is he a starter? But Wilson's he's a big pickup for us, man. I think that he's a guy that you're going to want to pay attention to. You're going to want to pay attention to him. I can't honestly read the whole book on him and judge him right now until I actually see how he plays for the Lions. I know how he played for the Patriots, but I don't know how he'll play for the Lions. But for right now, for us, I feel like it's a steal. I feel like he's another one of those steals. Safeties, all four of these goddamn safeties, Quinn, Wilson, Killebrew, and Bush, they're all four of these niggas could probably be a starter on another team. All four of these niggas. So when you're talking about competition like that, the safety core is so strong right now that Don Carey probably won't make this fucking team. And Don Carey been making this team every fucking year he been. You know, but Don Carey had a lot of injury problems, and he's been on special teams. So he might not be making the squad, especially if we keep 6 corners. Isaiah Johnson, probably the other dude that won't make it. So out of the 10 defensive backs that we got, I feel good about it, but I'm not super confident in them. I'm more confident about the safeties right now. The corners, I can live with them because they got potential, especially Alex Carter. Two names I want y'all to watch out for, Alex Carter and Killebrew. My honorable mentions is Bush, Tavin Wilson, Quandre Diggs, Nevin Lawson, and Batamusi. Just watch out for those niggas as far as like keeping an eye on. But the top 2 names I know I'm keeping an eye on, Killebrew and fucking Alex Carter. Because I believe I believe a perfect starting core on this team would be Slay, Carter, Quinn, and Killebrew. That'd be a perfect secondary one day. Maybe next season we could see that all 4 of them dudes start one day. But like I said, I want these dudes to prove something to me. Nevin Lawson, Quandre Diggs, Wilson, and Raphael Bush. I want them to prove something to me to change my mind. But I feel like it's a decent. I feel like the secondary is the second best part of the defense because the linebackers. I can't wait to get to the linebackers, boy, because I hate the linebackers right now. I'm hating the linebackers right now. I'm not liking them, especially with Levy's injury. He's probably gonna be dealing with all season. I'm not that high on him right now, man. Unless I see some, like I said, the dude that's got to step up is Calvin Norton. You know, Antoine Williams, we got to see what's going on with him. We got John Bostic, Kasim Green from the Bears. 2 bums coming from the Bears, but we'll see how they play here. Like I said, we'll see how they play here, but I don't know. But the defensive backfield is the second best unit on the defense. Behind the defensive line. Defensive line is still the strongest right now. It is when I go over that defensive line, it is one of the most. It is probably one of the top 5 defensive lines in the entire league. I would even say top 3. Because you want to know why it might be in the top 3? Because there's some dudes. There's 1 or 2 dudes that will be cut that had a lot of promise from the last couple of years that will be cut from that line. I'm going to go over it in that defensive line video. You're going to be surprised at the 2 dudes that I think are going to be cut. You know what I'm saying? So it's something to keep an eye out on, but defense still the most. The defense isn't more talented than the offense. I believe talent-wise it is, but talent don't mean shit to me. Production-wise, I believe the offense is stronger this year. Production-wise. Because to me, the defense still got too many question marks, but it's got more talent than the offense right now. I mean, when you got Ozzy and Slade, that weighs everything out. and without Ozzy and Slade, it wouldn't even be close. The offense is way more talented. It's just them 2 dudes weigh so fucking much of the rest of the unit, and even DeAndre Levy if he was healthy. We just outweigh so much of it, man. But my last thoughts on the secondary, pretty good group. Glad we got Darius Slade taken care of. That was huge. Y'all just, for those of y'all that don't realize how huge it is a huge deal. Huge deal not to be losing one of your starting corners, especially since it's so hard to find those guys. So hard to find those guys, man. But that's gonna do it here, man. Thank y'all for watching. Another shout out to my One Pride Riders, Detroit vs. Everybody Coalition, 3-on-3 Hitman, Man Beats Morris, LB, man. Finally got a chance to talk about this defense for you. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on Slay. My boy Dante Chase made a video. I want y'all to go check him out. Check out Dante Chase, man. Check him out, man. We're making some good videos this past week. Me and him, we be busy with work, man. So sometimes you don't see videos from us, man. But check them out, man. Y'all know Everything King as well, man. Check those boys out. Some other boys out there that y'all need to, check out as well. But we've been having real good support, man. I joined this unit last year. I've been doing the YouTube thing with the Lions since 2014. Been talking about the Lions since 2014. It's a strong group on here, man. Strong. It's like it's gotten even stronger this year, man. Just all the support we've been getting this year, man. We've got a stronger group. My only gripe about our group, and this ain't the guys that make the video, I'm just everybody, man. I want 3-on-3 Hitman to get some help in the TTC, man. I want to see more dudes, man. I want to see a 49ers Empire, man. I even, a while ago, man, I was trying to get even Yasmin Green to get in that motherfucker. She don't want to do it, because we all too busy, man. It's just the busyness, man. I would even do it if I wasn't that busy, man. But yeah, man. I mean, it's just, it's just I wish you could do it, man. But man, I hope Hitman can get some help in that TTC. But he been holding his own, man. He been, dude. When we went 1-7, I'm gonna tell you how impressive Hitman was. He was holding his own when we went 1-7 last year. Holding his own, man. He was dominating niggas in the TTC last year. And he got a lot of respect too, man. So he been doing a good job, man. Honestly, he could do this thing alone again this year, but I would like to see some more dudes in there, man, because we got a proud community on here, man, and we shouldn't only have one dude in there. But like I said, it's hard to be a member of the TTC because you gotta be actively on here making videos, man. You gotta give dudes a good hate week, man. And I wouldn't give any of my guys in the TTC on the other teams a good hate week. I wouldn't. And plus, I don't show my face anyway, so that's already a strike against me, man. But yeah, man. So let me just round out my thank yous, man, to the commenters, Jank Katos, man. Good seeing you on here, my nigga. Timmy DeSaint, Jay Hags. You know what I'm saying? Even though he be dissing us, man, but it's gonna be he be throwing out the 3-letter words. I don't say them, but shout out to you anyway, boy. You know what I'm saying? He's a Packer fan, so fuck him for that. But thanks for commenting anyway, boy. Live from Delaware, Ralph Green been making some good comments under my videos. Shout outs to him. One of my favorite dudes from this season, Lions SB51. I love that name, man. Lions Super Bowl 51. Because we should be in that motherfucker. Be honest with you, we should be in there. My girl, my homie, Sports Warehouse Lizzie Lasanti. Thanks for giving me those Lion videos, by the way, in the beginning, man. Those team highlight videos I've been showing in the beginning of my videos. Thanks, boo. Caitlin K. Always good to hear from you, girl. Who else we got on here? Jay Contos again. Eddie O'Neal, I saw him, man. I was so happy to see Eddie O'Neal, one of my biggest supporters on here. John Garcia. Crips nigga. Crips nigga. He's a Raider fan like me, man. You Raider fan like me, man. Me and him, we trying to meet in person this year, man. When I go to a Raider game later this year, man, he called me out. He said, H-Taker, man, he said, when you coming out here to the Bay, man, when you coming back home to the Bay, I said, man, let me see, man. Let me see. If we can meet up, you know, we'll see, man. We'll see, man. My boy Sean trying to hook me up out there, man. Killer Mike. Because I'm taking Sean with me this year, man. He always been wanting to go to a Raider game. I'm taking him with me this year. So, my boy Killer Mike, he going to hook us up with them tickets this year. So, I don't even worry about it. I'll let you know what date it is, boy. Let's see who else we got. I want to make sure I don't miss nobody, man. I think that's it. Oh, Kobe Lab. Kobe. Yo, Lakers going to be fun to watch, man. Alex C, man, spoke some truth about these niggas. And Seth Kemp. Seth Kemp, too, man. I hope I'm saying your last name right, because it got an E on the end. I don't know if it's Kempe or whatever. Well, I'm just calling Kemp for right now, because that's one of my favorite all-time basketball players, Sean Kemp. But yeah, that's it for the dudes. That's it for this video. A little longer than what I wanted to go in. I was going to go in on Everson Griffin ass, but I think I might wait until Vikings week in November. I think I might have a little something for Everson Griffin. You know, our Vikings are amazing this season, man. Teddy Bridgewater gonna do his thing, man. Yeah, I got y'all for Vikings hate week, man. I got y'all, man. And Judah tried, even though you're right, Walls. He be checking out our videos though, so I gotta give him a shout out. He was trying to defend his Bears, talking about some, man. You know, when I was calling out the injuries yesterday, but I was like, dude, that's already a bad sign that your team is back in the basement this season. I hate to let your ass know that, but that is what it is. All right, y'all. Peace out. One.
The offseason begins. It is a very big offseason for this franchise. And as Mrs. Ford has said, as Rod Wood has said, they want to find the very best leadership for this team to take it in the future.
Our team will be based on having an outstanding depth. Our culture will be one of great work ethic and no egos. We will create a working class attitude throughout the organization. All of our decisions will be based on what's the best interests of the Detroit Lions, period.
Here we go.
Amir Abdullah is a handful.
That's a big-time gain on the play for the Lions.
You are talking about rocket? That was a rocket.
Man, oh man. Ziggy did it. Big play, Lions. And the Lions take the lead again. That guy is a big-time play. Picked up by the Lions. Ebron wide open. How big is that? Oh, Golden Tate, you did it. He's a magician. Are you kidding me?
It's that push up the middle.
Come on, one time, man. Abdullah gave him a shake and said, so long.
Clearly, number 21's a weapon.
Oh, what a sweet pass by Matthew Stafford. That's a big-time play right there.
New leadership, tremendous talent, and true blue fans will help the Lions restore the roar in 2016.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't always pretty, but they showed a lot of guts along the way. And here come the Lions.